Um, and to introduce myself, I'm Rajesh Rao. I'm the moderator of this session. I am the founder and CEO of Dhruva Interactive, which is India's oldest games company and also one of the largest, and we are based in Bangalore. So I just want to give a quick overview of the media and entertainment segment as it stands today. The way I see it, we are in exciting times because I think the whole media and entertainment segment is going digital, and with that there's a whole transformational wave, in the way people are consuming content, and there is there's a huge convergence that is happening in the way people are consuming entertainment. So, for example, when you look at Krish, Krish is not just a movie. Krish is a video game. Krish is a cartoon which is coming, in television. Krish is merchandise. And so this is the direction in which most intellectual property is going to go. There is going to be no one platform on which intellectual property will be exploited. They will be exploited on several platforms. Today, when a very popular serial is have an episode that is televised today by midnight, you have the YouTube version of that which is there, and people in any part of India who have a phone which has streaming can view those episodes on demand. And a lot of consumption is moving towards on demand. We have movies today which can, the movie theaters are actually, many of them, most of them in fact, are actually having satellite connections, and the movies are actually beamed into hard disks and then being telecast because the DRM wrappers then allow them to telecast it on a certain day and measure audience and so on. So there's a lot of technology changes. But more importantly, I think the aspect that we have to, which is emerging, is that countries are recognizing that the digital economy is a new frontier to take leadership in. There was a time when you measured your countries by military might, you measured it by the strength of your services economy, you measured it by, the point of consumerism and so on. But increasingly, there are countries which are saying that the convergence of various forms of entertainment and education and entertainment requires to have a coordinated approach. And there are countries like UK, for example, where there is a minister for creative industries. And last year, I remember in June or July, some of us got invites from Lord so-and-so person who said, please come and join us for the Olympics and have a one-day seminar. And I was very, yeah, and it was very surprising for me when I received that. I had no clue that they had a minister for creative industries and inviting all of us for a one-day conclave. And I think there are other examples of countries like Singapore, like Canada, like France, which have done very well in the digital creative industries. Canada has become a very big hub for animation and gaming. France has become a very big hub for animation. Singapore has rolled out the red carpet for all IP creators in the digital domain. They have managed to get LucasArts to set up its first ever facility outside of United States. So I think a number of states in India are beginning to realize that this is an industry this is an evolution that they need to participate in. And while in India we have film and TV that continue to play a dominant role, this growing recognition of animation, gaming, visual effects is making states take the lead to create ecosystems and to create policies. And we have several states in different stages of implementing their policies. And I think the key point is that the ecosystem for digital content, and I say that movie, television, gaming, these are not just about infrastructure, they're also about having the right kind of talent and people available at a place. So whoever takes the lead to create that critical mass and the ambient circumstances, they will end up attracting that talent. Like one of my panelists earlier today said, it took 100 years to establish Mumbai as the film capital, and it has taken equally so many years for Chennai and Hyderabad to become those regional hubs for movies. So someone has to become that for the digital creative economy. And I think today we have a number of people who are involved with this. And what I'd like to highlight is that many states have launched initiatives. The general theme of the state initiatives are creation of centers of excellence, incubators, promoting their states at international events. Some of them are offering things like subsidized power, some of them are offering land in IT parks. Some of them have aspects which are not yet operationalized. For example, Karnataka has a plan to have a venture fund, which is not yet taken off, and hopefully it will. There are aspects which the states cannot address, which is something that we would like to discuss, which is to do with things that vest with the center. For example, tax breaks like STPI, duty exemptions, relaxation of rules for entering SEZs, for example. These are things that only the center can do. The states cannot really do this, but they would be great multipliers if those things came into play. To briefly touch upon, Maharashtra was the first one to have a policy, as I said, in 2003. Karnataka is the first one to officially have a policy. It's now in its second year of implementation. The unique aspect, of course, being that ABAI, an industry body, is implementing board for that. Andhra policy is currently awaiting the cabinet nod, as I understand, and they have provided for an 8 lakh square feet incubator named GAME, Gaming, Animation, Media and Entertainment, and they claim to provide plug-and-play infrastructure for small companies, so we would like Shaukat to talk a little more about that. Kerala has a 25-acre animation, gaming, film and video park, including an animation facility of 1 lakh square feet. And they offer, the space at rentals as low as 12 rupees a square feet. It was some time back at least. Tamil Nadu and West Bengal are both now working towards having their policies. So with this as the backdrop, what I'd like is to start the Q&A with this panel. And I'd like to take like I said, warm up the session by asking the state representatives here that if there was a media or entertainment company which would like to come and invest $100 million in the south, or for that matter in Maharashtra, what would you tell to that company as to why your state is the best destination? So I'll have Vijay Shankar take the first go at it, followed by Shaukat and Anant.
Thanks, Rajesh. Bangalore being the first choice in the IT and ITES segment, I would say that there are many positive aspects to an investor to look at Bangalore. First and foremost, money can be invested in any business in any part of the world. But when money has to be invested in a sector like animation or entertainment, you ought to have the right talent pool. Bangalore has been very fortunate in having about 195 engineering colleges, and as on date, we have close to 1.65 lakh worth of software exports in the IT sector, close to 9 lakh direct employment, around 26 lakhs of indirect employment. And we recently constituted a group called the Karnataka ICT Group 2020, which has forecast that by 2020, we will be able to reach 4 lakh crore worth of exports. The employment from 9 lakhs will go up to 20 lakhs. And we have brought out a very ambitious IT, ITES and innovation incentives policy last week, which is going to be on the website in a couple of days, where we are incentivizing, along with IT, ITES, the innovation and animation segment also. And right now, Bangalore is the second largest technology cluster in the world, with about 400 R&D centers, both in the private and public domain. And we are hoping that we will be the single largest technology cluster by 2020 with the various initiatives that we are taking. So naturally, when it comes to human resource, we can definitely convince the investor that he cannot get better talent pool anywhere else in the world. That's point number one. Point number two, as a policy initiative, we have a special package of incentives for all mega projects, which are examined on a case-to-case basis. So there is every possibility that we may be able to give them electricity at a very concessional rate, have a hand-holding approach so that we ensure that all the concessions, incentives, and different, what you call, clearances from different departments are done in the earliest possible time. In addition to this, we have, along with Andhra Pradesh, ours is the first IT investment region that has been approved by the central government. We have earmarked about 10,000 acres of land very close to the international airport, about 15 to 18 kilometers, where it will be an IT city in itself with the best possible state-of-the-art infrastructure. And we have made up our mind that we will have perhaps one of the best media, entertainment and animation hubs in the world, with a large focus on the animation segment, which is the need of the hour. We are aware of the need of the industry, and that is why we were the first state to bring out the animation, visual effects, gaming and comics policy. And we are very sure that we have the right kind of environment. Although we also know that we have a long way to go. We are geared up to go, and we are prepared to go with Abhay that extra mile and make sure that Karnataka remains the leader. Thank you, Rajesh.
Shaukat?
See, if we get a value proposition from a large-scale company, we divide the whole thing into two categories. One is small to mid-scale companies, and second one is to large-scale companies. So, if we get a value proposition for an SME, for example, then the very first thing what we offer is we have a readily built incubation space of 50,000 SFT, and that's right in the heart of the high-tech city area, which is quite subsidized. That is the one. And second is our policies are such that today if you see an animation company, if they walk in, we give them power subsidy, we give them category conversion, and we have a 25% subsidy on lease rental, which means for the next 3 years, whatever are the lease rental, up to 50 lakhs, that is reimbursed. And then we have a subsidy called reimbursement called quality certification. In animation industry, you might be going for animation, gaming or entertainment. You might be going for certain kinds of certifications. So whatever expenditure that you incurred, we reimburse it up to an amount, up to an extent of 25%. These are some of the cash incentives. Now coming on the administrative side, the most important thing is we do a lot of hand holding. In the sense, today we don't say that we have a single window in Andhra Pradesh. Every state in India, they have multiple window. While on one side, on the policy, they write a single window. What we do is, the moment we ask the company specifically, if you are applying for any kind of permission locally with any of the local state government agency, please mark a copy to us so that we work, we do the hand holding, we write to the concerned secretary of that particular department or commissioner of that particular department and get it cleared. So that is something we do it, I mean, to expedite whatever administrative licenses a company requires, be that state government level, be that central government level. We help those companies. So this is on the administrative side. Now on the larger perspective, if you see, for an animation company, we have seen this in some of the major, we have seen this in Toronto, Montreal, we have seen this in UK, we have seen this in California region. There should be a mother industry, which is mother entertainment industry. So in Hyderabad, we have Tollywood, which makes India's largest number of films are made in Tollywood. So that becomes, I mean, a lot of VFX business comes out of that place. And you get, I mean, as far as talent pools are concerned, we have about 500,000 graduates, engineering graduates coming out every year out of say about 700 engineering college. So there's never a dearth of talent pool, English speaking engineering talent pool. I'm not speaking about the basic graduate, that's again a separate story. So you have the talent pool, you have the infrastructure from the government, and you have the incentives. This infrastructure, what I have mentioned to you, 50,000 SFT is a smaller one. We have a big, larger one, which is the game city just now, Rajesh has mentioned. I'll talk to you separately on that, what is here. But this is like immediately to step in. Today you decide, today you give me your business card, tomorrow you walk in, that's the, yeah. So that is the speed of association or assistance that AP can provide to entrepreneurs. To the larger one, I mean, there's a different story. I mean, we have a special dispensation scheme wherein, I mean, like all the, apart from the regular incentives that we give it to IT company, we would actually tailor make certain incentives, which we have done it for large IT companies, like be that Microsoft, Dell. Mostly we have done it for IT companies, and we are still at a very nascent stage in terms of animation, gaming, and visual effects. So we would work in the similar fashion for a larger company in terms of animation. Thank you.
Thanks for that. So Anant, one would imagine that Maharashtra with Mumbai and Bollywood would have a natural advantage to lead from the point that Shaukat made about a mother industry, and with you know, which could be like that force that could help the rest grow. What is your take on Maharashtra as a destination if you had to pitch for investment?
Well, you mentioned that in your opening remark that Maharashtra was the first state to come out with an IT policy. And I take pride in mentioning that that IT policy was designed by Maratha Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture, that's my chamber, under the leadership of a visionary, Police Commander Anand Khandekar. And at an age of 75, this individual, Anand Khandekar, is still full of enthusiasm, and he is pushing hard to see that besides IT, Pune also becomes a hub of animation and gaming. And he has been, establishing contact all over the world to bring animation and gaming, industry to Maharashtra and all that. I think this is the kind of an enthusiasm and the proactiveness, and the evangelist like him definitely helps in taking Maharashtra forward. Immediately after the first policy of 2003, the IT policy, we thought that animation and gaming is slightly distinct from, IT, and it's different from IT, and it needs a separate policy of the state. And that's why right from 2007, we prepared the animation and gaming policy, and we tried to push it at the state government level. We didn't succeed in bringing out a separate animation and gaming policy, but with our efforts, we could include animation and gaming policy within the IT policy and all that. And if you see, as you rightly mentioned, the Mumbai, Maharashtra is the capital of media and entertainment. In fact, the entertainment industry originated in Pune and Mumbai region and all that. So it's full of talent, and I see it again, animation, gaming, media, entertainment, something different from IT, and that kind of talent which is required there in this region of Maharashtra is, I think, quite rampant. And we have, in fact, the first Film and Television Institute was established in Pune, and I think the main objective of establishing in that place was probably the potential was identified that we have a talent there and all that. So that is one advantage, that the culturally very rich region, very rich in a part of the country, we have so many activities which are happening there culturally, and these are very supportive to the media, entertainment, animation and gaming and all that. We have, again a rich tribal art and other types of arts and all that, which is again very supportive to that. And besides that, I think we find a very strong presence of, many international companies, the region, the Maharashtra is generating a lot of inquiries for various kind of tie-ups and all that, from the foreign, investors as well as the foreign companies and all that. And they have identified this potential which exists there in terms of skill manpower, availability of infrastructure and other things and all that. And one more thing I would like to mention that we today, especially in Pune, we see there are very advanced facilities for language training and all that. And we see maximum number of people speaking even Chinese and Japanese and other kind of languages. And so this is one of the important aspect when you are trying to attract outside industry. And again, in terms of a globalized entertainment media industry, I think this is a very positive thing. Maharashtra government has been offering various incentives which were there in the IT, which is now being also offered to animation and gaming. In fact, only a couple of days back, they have been giving some incentives to the